game. Here we go. Which famous actor turned down the chance to play Anakin Skywalker? Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Tim Roth? We'll read it again. Which famous actor turned down the chance to play Anakin Skywalker? Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Tim Roth? You've got 60 seconds.
Rogue Squadron, Red 5, standing by.
Keep those answers coming in. Again, if you don't want to see the answers, you can turn your comments off and turn it back on once you get the answer, once you submit your answer.
30 seconds left.
This is the first of 16 questions tonight. First of 16 questions. Keep those answers rolling in, guys. Glad to have everybody on board wherever you are, however you may be watching. We do greatly appreciate you. Good to see Brad Hopkins, Ray Miller, Clint on board as well.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, the question we asked, which famous actor turned down the chance to play Anakin Skywalker? The correct answer is DiCaprio, Leonardo DiCaprio. And say what you want about Leo, I think he would nail any role he was given. So 25 points if you got that right. And brand new to the stream this time, guys, to help out some of the people we have watching that ordinarily would not have not played Brainiac Trivia. Down at the bottom, you'll see how much each question is worth and the total possible points up until this point. So that will help you keep up with your score. Just keep up with your score at home. Again, most questions are worth 25, but at the bottom of the answer of each one, it'll say how much that question is worth and your total possible points up until this point. So that one was worth 25. So go ahead, if you're keeping up with your score at home, write that one down. Logan, I will punch you in the face. Most overrated actor of my lifetime. Bring it, brother. Bring it. You send me a voice message and you explain to me why DiCaprio is overrated. All right, let's see. We got Tim Roth on here from Cat. That was the wrong answer. DiCaprio from 4 in a row right there. Christopher Bowman, good to see him online. Leo back with us, David Johns with Leo back with us. Katie, Angela Bell, one of our former Star Wars champions back here. Liz with the correct answer as well. So nicely done. Got a lot of correct answers in there. All right. Logan, you're right. You do not have to stop playing when you're in the bathroom. You can have a smoke break. You can do anything you want. Just don't send us a recording while you're in the bathroom. All right, one more from multiple choice. Whose DNA was used in the creation of the clone army? Whose DNA was used in the creation of the clone army? Count Dooku, Boba Fett, or Jango Fett? Count Dooku, Boba Fett, or Jango Fett? You got 60 seconds. Whose DNA was used in the creation of the clone army?
30 seconds left.
When 900 years old you reach, look as good you are not.
Whose DNA was used in the creation of the clone army? Count Dooku, Boba Fett, or Jango Fett?
10.
Cynthia Bowman back on with us. Good to see you, Cynthia.
6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 2.
Kind of funny. We got Tim Bell playing on the my personal Facebook page, and then we got his wife playing on the Brainiac page. Love it. All righty, guys. The correct answer, we'll read the question one more time from multiple choice. Whose DNA was used in the creation of the clone army? The correct answer is Django. Django is the correct answer. Oh, I see you, Chris Childs. I see you. Haven't been on the stream in weeks, and now you're throwing mama jokes out there. All right, let's go. Kat, Cynthia with the correct answer. Angela with the correct answer. Charlie, good to see you on board. She had the correct answer. Katie, David Johns, the D is silent. Bobby Hopkins, Jerry, Jason, all with the correct answer. Logan, that's what you get for talking crap. You got that one wrong. Django from Daniel. We got a lot of correct answers.
Impressive. Most impressive.
As you can see on your screen there, that was worth 25 points, giving you a total possible points up until this point of 50. No more multiple choice. It's Q&A from here on out. Remember, you can pass once, but only once. In the film Solo, how old is Chewbacca revealed to be? In the film Solo, how old is Chewbacca revealed to be? 60 seconds. Good to see Dave on board. He's also one of our previous champs. In the film Solo, how old is Chewbacca revealed to be?
30 seconds left. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, people are getting their answers in. The correct answer is 190. 190 is the correct answer. 25 points if you had it right. One more time. Chewy was one of my favorites. We got a pass from Cynthia, never wrong. Let's see. A lot of 200s in here. Got a 190 there from Jason. Angela Bell with 190. Bobby Hopkins off just by a little bit. Nope, he said 190. I read it wrong, so good job, Bobby. 190 from Bobby. Jerry Linger with the incorrect answer. Liz just said years. I think I must have missed it earlier. There it is, 190. She had it right up there. You didn't get that right, Chris, at all. Logan said, I haven't seen the terrible movies, so I don't have all the info. We'll have some from the originals, you purist. All right, you're up to a possible of 75 points. That one was worth 25. We're going to move right along. Here we go. In Attack of the Clones, who cut off half of Anakin Skywalker's right arm with a lightsaber? In Attack of the Clones, who cut off half of Anakin Skywalker's right arm with a lightsaber? 60 seconds. Remember, guys, we'd love to make you part of the show. So if you want to send us a voice message, it's very simple. Just go to Messenger, send us a message, and hold down that little microphone button, and it will start recording. We want to make you as part of the show as much as possible. In Attack of the Clones, who cut off Anakin Skywalker's right arm with a lightsaber?
30 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In Attack of the Clones, who cut off half of Anakin Skywalker's right arm with a lightsaber? The correct answer is Count Dooku. Count Dooku is the correct answer. Nicely done, Cynthia Bowman. Brad Hopkins had it as well. Carissa had a pass, which is never wrong. Jason, David Johns, Charlie, Angela Bell, all with the correct answers. Brad with the correct answer. Katie, Bobby. Oh, man, a lot of good answers on this one. Good to see you on board, Jason. Let's see. Glenn, glad to see you. Let's see. Dave with the correct answer. Glenn with the correct answer. Tim Bell with the correct answer.
Good work.
Nicely done, everybody. Nicely done. Now, we're to the point where you have a possible 100 points up until this point. So right now, let's take a moment. Throw your answers out there. Or throw your scores out there. We'd love to see where everybody is on the scores. You got 100 possible points up until this point. Jerry Linger up to 75. Good to see you on board, Mark Smith. Daniel to 75. Liz with a perfect game right now with 100 points. 75 for Chris Foreman. Christopher Bowman. Got a couple Bowmans on board tonight with 75. David Johns with 75 as well. So got a lot of high scores so far. Jason working with a perfect game. I haven't seen anybody below 75 yet. So well done, guys. All right, moving on to our next question. Actually, before I do that, I want to let you know our next stream will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We'll have a normal game, our normal type of questions, no theme like tonight, but we'll be back with you tomorrow at 7 o'clock for another Brainiac stream. All right, time to wager, guys. A wager. MacGyver versus Magnum has 50. I have spoken, she says. All right, got a wager on these guys. 50, 25, 10, or 0. When you give your answer, give your wager. What race of beings steal the plans for the Death Star in Return of the Jedi? What race of beings steal the plans for the Death Star in Return of the Jedi? 60 seconds. Remember, guys, I'd love for you to throw some hearts out there. If you got that last answer right, just hit that little heart emoji and send that sucker on out there. What race of beings steal the plans for the Death Star in Return of the Jedi? Got a lot of confidence right now. Seeing a lot of 50s right there. You should wager, Cat. You should wager.
3, 2,
a lot of confidence out there right now. All right, our question again. What race of beings steal the plans for the Death Star in Return of the Jedi? That would be the Bathians or Bothians, however the hell you want to say it. Bothians is the correct answer. Remember, whatever you wagered on that one, you have a possible 150 points up until this point. With a perfect game would be 150. A perfect game would be 150. Let's go online. Katie went with Ewoks. Chris Childs having problems with his autocorrect. Phone's smarter than you, brother. Let's see. Jason had it right. And Jason, I believe you were close to the right spelling. Just had a E instead of an A in there. David Johns, Christopher Bowman, Charlie, all with the correct answer in 50. Andrew with the correct answer in 50. Bobby Hopkins, Angela, Chris Childs, Cynthia with the correct answer in 50. Daniel, man, a lot of correct answers in there, guys. Tell you what, for anybody, if I mispronounce that, is it Bothians or Bathians? I think it's Bothians. If you want, you can send me a voice memo and say it the correct way. I know how much you guys love to give me crap on me saying things the wrong way.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Nicely done, guys. All right, one more to wager on. Finn's stormtrooper name was FN2187. What significance does that number have in reference to the original Star Wars movie, A New Hope? Finn's stormtrooper name was FN2187. What significance does that number have in reference to the original Star Wars movie, A New Hope? 60 seconds. It's both ends, says Dave. It's both ends. Remember to wager on these guys. Need you to wager. Chris, I'm going to virtually slap you. Chris. Not quite sure how to do that. I'll figure it out, I promise.
Thirty seconds left.
Finn's stormtrooper name was FN2187. What significance does that number have in reference to the original Star Wars movie, A New Hope?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Remember to wager as well. You may pass if you would like. All right, got our answers in. Finn's stormtrooper name was FN2187. What significance does that number have in reference to the original Star Wars movie, A New Hope? That was the number of Princess Leia's sail. The number of Princess Leia's sail is the correct answer. Remember, you had to wager on that one. So that will determine what you were able to score on that one. You do have a possible of 200 points up until this point. 200 points up until this point. So start throwing out those scores, those total scores. We'll see where you're at. A possible of 200 points up until this point. Tim Bell with the correct answer for 50. Clint threw in a pass. Jerry had the correct answer but went with only a 10 wager. Cynthia, let's see. Glenn just said, I suck at Star Wars. Glenn, this one's for you.
Your powers are weak, old man.
Chris Childs at 150, Cynthia at 160. You got a 175 from Bobby Hopkins. Katie Dickerson with 100. Christopher, it's weird seeing your name on there. Chris went 0 for no wager. No! Liz Hood saying she has got a perfect game right now, 200. Says she's playing with her 17-year-old, by the way. That's okay. Got a couple more perfect games right now. Angela Bell and Jason Keeler, both with 200. Mark and Charlie close behind at 175 and 150. Christopher Bowman with 175 as well. Dave with 175. All right, moving on to our next question. This will be question number 7, worth 25 points. Pass cards are worth 25 if you use it. What is the name of the casino planet in The Last Jedi? Question number 7. What is the name of the casino planet in The Last Jedi? 60 seconds. Chris, this one's for you.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
What is the name of the casino planet in The Last Jedi?
30 seconds left.
Answer starting to roll in now. Jerry Langer, I would have had no clue myself, brother, if not for the internet. What is the name of the casino planet in The Last Jedi?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
What was the name of the casino planet in The Last Jedi? The correct answer is Canto Bight is the correct answer. Canto Bight is the correct answer. Cantobight. 25 points if you haven't seen it. I wasn't a huge fan of The Last Jedi, and I know there's going to be a lot of people on here that are going to get mad at me for saying this. I seriously think my favorite of all the feature films that Star Wars has released, I love Rogue One. I absolutely loved Rogue One. After that, I go back to Return of the Jedi is my favorite. And I believe Return of the Jedi was the first one I ever actually watched, and that could be the reason why. Dave with the correct answer. Tim with the correct answer. Let's see. Chris Childs, Chris Garcia, Cynthia Bowman, no idea on that one. Liz with another correct answer. Glenn had that one right. David Johns had that one right also. Got some passes in there. Charlie with an answer as well. Yeah, Logan, there is a casino planet. I'll put it back up on the screen. You can get a good look at it right there. Pretty cool. That was worth 25 points, giving you a possibility of 225. Chris agrees with me. Man, I'm kind of shocked by that, Chris. Empire Strikes Back is a really, really good one, too. You can't go wrong with any of the originals. I don't not like any of them. I really don't. But I don't know what it was about with Rogue Squadron, just getting an actual Star Wars movie in one sitting was refreshing to me. All right, we're moving right along. Of the first 6 Star Wars episodes, which one grossed the most money at the box office? Question number 8. Of the first... Spoiler, Chris! Spoiler! Of the first 6 Star Wars episodes, which one grossed the most money at the box office? Get those answers in, guys. Grossed the most money at the box office of the first 6 episodes.
You seek Yoda.
I need a t-shirt that says life is more interesting. That life is more interesting with sound effects, because everything's just more fun when you have sound effects.
The Force is strong with this one.
That's right. Of the first 6 Star Wars episodes, which one grossed the most money at the box office?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Bridget, I'm glad you told me that, because I was starting to get confused on who that was sending me messages, because he knew an awful lot about me, and I wasn't sure if I knew who he was. Now I do, and that makes sense because Jeremy does not have a Facebook page. It's all coming together now. Of the first 6 Star Wars episodes, which one grossed the most money at the box office? The correct answer is The Phantom Menace, Episode 1. Episode 1 is the correct answer. 25 points if you got that one right. 25 points. Episode 1, Phantom Menace, grossed over $1 billion. Grossed over $1 billion. That was after everybody had such a long layoff from it, and they were really, really excited to get back. So 25 points if you got that right. Let's see. Bobby Hopkins, Cynthia with the correct answer. Missy Lay with the correct answer. Getting a little bit of separation here. Chris Garcia with the correct answer. Angela Bell. Carissa as well with the correct answer. Chris Foreman had the correct answer, but with a question mark. Wasn't 100% sure about it. Liz with the correct answer. Vader kicking butt was awesome, too. It was. That was awesome in Rogue One. That was a really, really cool scene. Jar Jar for president. You know, I didn't hate Jar Jar Binks as much as everybody else. I didn't even realize that, like, I watched him and, you know, thought he was a little bit annoying, but the world, the Star Wars universe just seemed to absolutely hate Jar Jar. I mean, I didn't think he was great, but he didn't bother me that much. He was a bit goofy, but anyways. Again, I'm not a hardcore fan, so maybe that's Glenn said the Force is weak here.
That is correct.
All right. That's the halfway point, guys. Right now, you have a possibility of 250 points after 8 questions. 250 points after 8 questions. Start throwing out your points right now. We'll move on to question number 9. In Rogue One, what is the name of the planet that the rebels steal the Death Star plans from? Question number 9. In Rogue One, what is the name of the planet that the rebels steal the Death Star plans from? 60 seconds. Angela Bell with a perfect game so far with 250. Thank you, Charlie. I'm glad someone agrees with me. I don't get that very often. 225 from Missy Lay. Logan was 732 out of a possible 250 points.
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral.
In Rogue One, what is the name of the planet that the rebels steal the Death Star plans from?
30 seconds left.
Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Once again, back with you again tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and we'll have another stream on Thursday as well.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dave, I don't think New Hope is over $1 billion without inflation. I do not think New Hope is over $1 billion without inflation. I think you have to have inflation for that. All right, here we go. In Rogue One, what is the name of the planet that the rebels steal the Death Star plans from? Scarif is the correct answer. Scarif is the correct answer, worth 25 points, giving you a possibility of 275 up until this point. Start sending those, let us know. Give us some hearts if you got it right. Give us some hearts if you got it right. Love seeing the hearts on there. Let's see. Andrew, Katie, Chris, both Chris's, Chris Foreman and Chris Garcia with the correct answers. Charlie, David Johns, Logan, shocked. Jerry Linger said Neptune. Jason, Bobby, Chris Childs, Daniel, all with the correct answer. Dave with the correct answer. Let's see. Tim Bell with the correct answer and a nice emoji. Nicely done, everybody.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Nicely done, everybody. All right. Inflation, asterisk. No, I'm saying without inflation. A New Hope did not break $1 billion without using inflation, while Phantom Menace did break it without it. All right, here we go. In the Phantom Menace, here we go. In the Phantom Menace, who own Shmi, and Anakin? I can't say that without thinking of Hook. In the Phantom Menace, who own Shmi and Anakin. 60 seconds.
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
In the Phantom Menace, who own Shmi and Anakin?
30 seconds left.
Shmi! Just automatically, good to see Keith Elkins on board. Automatically think of Hook. Shmi!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, time is up in the Phantom Menace, who owns Shmi and Anakin. The correct answer is Watto. Watto is the correct answer. Watto is the correct answer. That brings our possible amount of points up to 300. That question was worth 25. You have a possibility of 300 points up until this point. Where's the hook? Said Christopher Garcia. Carissa said nope. Let's see. Chris Childs with the correct answer. Cynthia and Christopher Bowman with the correct answer. Keith, Charlie, Andrew, Glenn, Angela, Daniel, Mark, Missy, David, Chris, Liz, all with the correct answer. The butterfly alien guy said Chris Truitt. Dave with the correct answer as well. Well done, everybody. Well done.
The force is strong with this one.
Nicely done, guys. All right. Moving on to our next question. Before George Lucas created Star Wars, he gave the world American Graffiti. During the filming of that movie, a sound editor uttered something that would later serve as the name R2-D2. What does R2-D2 stand for? Before George Lucas created Star Wars, he gave the world American Graffiti. During the filming of the movie, a sound editor uttered something that would later serve as the name R2-D2. What does R2-D2 stand for? 60 seconds. Jason said, Daniel, how do you have 350 points? Only a possible 300. Mark up to 250. Bobby Hopkins to 275. Daniel with 350 getting called out. Don't forget, guys, you can send us a voice message. Be part of the show. We'd love for you to be part of the show. Just send a voice message to Brainiac Trivia. All you got to do is send us a message like you ordinarily would through Messenger, and then hold down that microphone, and it will start recording. As simple as that.
30 seconds left.
You can use your pass. David Johns just did that, so you may use your pass if you haven't already done so for 25. This is question 11 of 16. Question 11 of 16.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's read the question again, then we'll give you the answer. Before George Lucas created Star Wars, he gave the world American Graffiti. During the filming of the movie, a sound editor uttered something that would later serve as the name R2-D2. What does R2-D2 stand for? Reel to Dialogue 2. Reel, R-E-E-L, to Dialogue 2. That is the correct answer. 25 points if you had that one right.
Who are you calling scruffy looking?
Why, you stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Zach Man totally carrying the Hop House team tonight.
Hop House getting carried by Zach. Good to see you guys. All right. Let's go online, see how everybody is doing with those answers on the final last question. Let's see. Sid, remember you asking that one? I did ask that one a few years ago, Chris. See, it pays. It pays to play Brainiac on a regular basis. And we lost, Chris. Then Chris Garcia said we lost because of it, Chris. So you definitely stuck with you. Let's see. Ready to die today, said Bobby Hopkins. Andrew said 300 points under protest. Inflation, really, John? I don't think y'all are understanding what I'm saying. The question I asked wasn't about inflation. I did not have inflation in mind. It's only because another one has made more money because of inflation. Let's see. Chris with the correct answer. Angela with the correct answer. Logan actually had that one right. Logan, I'm under protest. I think you looked that one up. Katie with a pass. Chris said no idea on that one. Keith with the correct answer. Missy Lay with the correct answer. David Johns with a pass. Jason with the correct answer. Jerry, a lot of passes in that one, but had some correct answers in there as well. It's pretty good, Missy.
Who are you calling scruffy looking?
It's a good story. I think you just can't bear to let a gorgeous guy like me out of your sight.
All right, we're going to move right along, guys. Now you are up to a possible 325 points. A possible 325 points. What is the name of Lando Calrissian's right-hand man in Cloud City? What is the name of Lando Calrissian's right-hand man at Cloud City? 60 seconds. I hear you, Logan. I hear you. Mike, good to see you, buddy. We get knocked down, we get back up. Man, it's good to see Mike on board. Answers starting to roll in right now.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
Remember, guys, we'll be back on with you again tomorrow for a Brainiac stream at 7 o'clock. Love for you to tune in once again. What is the name of Lando Calrissian's right-hand man in Cloud City?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, this is question number 12 of the 16 that we'll have for you this evening. For 25 points, Lobot is the correct answer. Lobot is the correct answer, bringing your possible total up to 350. Clint, he does look a lot like Mr. Clean. He's a mix between Mr. Clean and the guy from Star Trek whose name I can't remember that was also on Reading Rainbow. That guy. It's a mix between those two guys. Tim Bell Dave with the correct answers. Spider-Man couldn't part with his Lobot figure. Let's see. Logan said, sweet phones, man. Mark up to 300. He's at 300 out of 350. David Johns still not happy with his autocorrect. Let's see. Lobot from Chris and Bobby. Cynthia said, bald guy with headphones, pretty much. You're not right, but you're also not wrong. Keith with the correct answer. Andrew, Charlie, Jason, Angela, Daniel, Christopher, Missy. A lot of correct answers. A lot of bald guys with headphones, and then a lot of Lobots as well.
For my ally, is the Force, and the powerful ally it is.
Well done, guys. Well done. All right. Next question. Worth 25 points. In The Force Awakens, what part of BB-8 did Rey repair? In The Force Awakens, what part of BB-8 did Rey repair? 60 seconds. In The Force Awakens, what part of BB-8 did Rey repair? Got the answers rolling in now. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the stream.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In The Force Awakens, what part of BB-8 did Rey repair? His antenna is the correct answer. His antenna is the right answer. 25 points if you had that one right. Good. Thomas on board. Thomas Denny, good to see you, brother. He had the correct answer. Clint, Dave, Tim, and it was LeVar Burton. What was LeVar Burton's character's name on Star Trek, though, Clint? See if you know that one. So throw that one out to me. It is LeVar Burton. What was his character's name? Picard Borg. Said Tim. That's awesome. Go back over to the Brainiac page. David Johns with the correct answer. Logan with Aunt Tenya. Chris said, hand to God, that scene is on my TV right now. That's pretty good. Cynthia with the correct answer. Charlie, Cynthia's doing well. Cynthia, throw your score out there. Chris Childs, Angela, Andrew, Chris Garcia. Glenn actually had that one right, and he has admitted that Star Wars is not his wheelhouse. Keith with antenna. Lot of antennas in here.
For my ally is the Force, and the powerful ally it is.
Well done, guys. Well done. Remember, that puts you up to 375 points right now. That's a possibility of 375 points up until this point. Reading La Rainbow, said Chris. That's pretty good. Start throwing those scores out here, guys, as we start to get towards the end of the game. Start throwing those scores out here. We'd love to be able to put those out there, keep everybody a little bit more honest. Again, this is all for fun. And so obviously no prizes or anything like that given out. So the reason for that is we don't want to take the fun out of it for people that may or may not be using their Google boxes at home. Obviously nothing I can do about that. But if you're cheating, you're only cheating yourself. So congratulations. Chris Childs up to 325. David Johns at 325. 150. 350 for Jason. 350 right now might be that. Oh, Liz with a 375. So Liz is saying she's still pitching a perfect game up until this point. She's still pitching a perfect game. All right, let's go to the next question. Darth Vader has some writing on his chest, which translates to his deeds will not be forgiven until he merits. What language is it written in? Darth Vader has some writing on his chest, which translates to his deeds will not be forgiven until he merits. What language is it written in? Now, to help you out a little bit with it, not asking for a Star Wars language. It is an earthly language, an earthly language. Darth Vader has some writing on his chest, which translates to his deeds will not be forgiven until he merits. What language is it written in?
30 seconds left.
Keith with a pass and exclamation points. Pass and an exclamation point. Might start seeing a little bit of separation here in the scores. We got a lot of different answers coming in. A lot of different answers coming in. Darth Vader has some writing on his chest, which translates to, his deeds will not be forgiven until he merits. What language is it written in?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, time is up. Darth Vader has some writing on his chest, which translates to, his deeds will not be forgiven until he merits. What language is it written in? Hebrew is the correct answer. Hebrew is the correct answer. 25 points if you had that one right. Hebrew is the correct answer. Mixed match in there. Only a handful of people with Hebrew. We're down to just 3:40 on our game clock. We're going to go ahead and go right into our next category, our next question. Second to last question. If watching the films in a proper timeline and not the order they were released, who was the first person Anakin or Darth Vader force choked? If watching the films in a proper timeline and not the order they were released, who was the first person Anakin or Darth Vader force choked? 60 seconds. The second to last question. Second to last question.
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral.
If watching the films in a proper timeline and not the order they were released, who was the first person Anakin or Darth Vader force choked? Hey, David Clemens is on. I haven't seen David in a while. Good to see you, brother.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If watching the films in a proper timeline and not the order they were released, who was the first person Anakin or Darth Vader force choked? Oh, that would be his lovely wife, Padme, is the correct answer. Padme is the correct answer. See it right there on your screen. That puts you up to 425 possible points with one final question coming that'll be worth 100 points. We'll get to that in a moment. Cynthia, Charlie, Chris Garcia, all with the correct answer. Let's see. Glenn with the correct answer. Chris Foreman with the correct answer. Missy Lay, Mark, Andrew, Keith, Jerry, Angela, Chris, Katie. That count as domestic abuse, right? We shouldn't be promoting that.
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral.
All right, guys, continue to throw out your scores. 425 is the possible amount. I know we've got a handful out there with 400, and this one will be the final question of the game, and it will be worth 100 points. But don't forget, guys, our next stream is tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Our next stream is tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Here we go. In A New Hope, Obi-Wan uses the sound of what animal to scare off the Sand People? That's a tough one. In A New Hope, Obi-Wan uses the sound of what animal to scare off the Sand People? 60 seconds for 100 points. That was an incredible scene, Clint, where he comes in and murders all the kids with a lightsaber. That was crazy. I see, what's up, Pookie? Is Pookie on here? Oh, that's our timer right there. We got it in just under the timer. In A New Hope, Obi-Wan uses the sound of what animal to scare off the Sand People?
30 seconds left.
David Clemens said Carol Baskin.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Hello, all you cool what's it say? Cool cats and kittens? All you cool cats and kittens. In A New Hope, Obi-Wan uses the sound of what animal to scare off the Sand People? Sam Smith back on board. Hopefully you got power now, Sam.
10, 9, 8.
This is worth 100 points. You cannot use a pass card. Final question of the night.
3, 2, 1.
All right, time is up. The correct answer. In A New Hope, Obi-Wan uses the sound of what animal to scare off the Sand People? The correct answer is the Krayt Dragon. Krayt, K-R-A-Y-T, Krayt Dragon is the correct answer, worth 100 points. Good to see. Sam said they finally got power. They went almost 24 hours without power. Glad to see y'all got it back on. Christopher and Bobby with the correct answer. Charlie, Jason with the correct one. Let's see. Keith with the correct one. Let's see. Sam said Fiberly Gibbet. Chris didn't know that one. Cynthia didn't know that one. Chris didn't know that one. Angela Bell with the correct answer. Jerry Linger had Dragon. Not good enough for 100 points. Missy Lay with Krayt. Liz with the correct answer. It's a possible 525 points, guys. Throw out your totals. Let's see who's got the highest score. 525 is the highest you can score. Missy Lay with 500. Don't forget, guys, we'll be back with you tomorrow. And never expected, always appreciated. You can tip me at Venmo, John Boyce 615. Sam Smith with 8 million points.
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral.
500 as well from Jason. So we got 2 with 500. Angela Bell says 525. She says 525. That is a perfect game. She said 525. That's a perfect game. Can anybody match that? And Angela said with no passing, with no pass cards. Well done. Well done. It does not surprise me because Angela has won one Star Wars event that I've done and finished in the top 3 in 2 others. So they do a really good job. Really good job. Tim Bell, her husband, also with 525. You big bunch of nerds. Want to thank all of our weekly locations, guys. We're hopefully going to be back at these places pretty soon. A-Hearts in Level 3 is where we would be right now if the world was moving in the right direction. Legends, MJ's, Hop Springs, Station Grill, Sammy B, Stars and Strikes, and the Bavarian Beer House. Those are our normal weekly locations. We'll be back with them sooner, hopefully, rather than later. David, good to see you, man. Hope to see the Blue Bloods soon. Those boys of yours should be grown at this point, I would say, or close to it. I see some of the pictures on Facebook. It's crazy how big they've gotten. Angela said they've actually won 2. They've actually won 2, and you were in second the last. I didn't do one last year, but the year before I did one over at the hotel, and you, I do believe y'all finished second in that one. That was the one where you came all the way from the West Coast, and I felt bad because you came all the way out there. Good to see you online, Jerry Linger. But once again, guys, there's a chance we will have trivia next Monday at A-Heart's Pizza Garden. We're working with A-Hearts to make this as comfortable for everybody as possible. They have a renovated outdoor patio area that would be really good for everybody, to be easy to keep your distance. So we're going to start throwing some stuff out there very soon to get your idea on what you feel comfortable doing. We're going to have as many streams for you as possible. For you, if you got to get your trivia fix. I'm loving doing this. I want you guys to be more interactive with it. Send me those voice messages. I love playing those voice messages, making you guys part of the show. That is the whole point of this thing. So would love to see you guys back here on here soon.
Rogue Squadron, Red 5, standing by.
That was Missy right there earlier in the game. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed May 4th trivia. We had more than one team with a perfect score. I'll work on making the questions harder for next year. As always, guys, thank you so much. Once again, never expected, always appreciated. Venmo, John Boyce, 615. Everybody, wash your hands. Love you. Force is strong with you.
That's a good story. I think you just can't bear to let a gorgeous guy like me out of your sight.